Howdy and welcome back. This is week 2 on the shipping pallet deer blind. We did a little bit of trail improvement in this morning to level it off. The high spots, drop them into low spots, and now we're ready to start building the roof. So we picked up a couple Amish 2x4s. There's our cost for this event, for this project. That and fasteners. Everything else basically is scraps and free, so try to keep it affordable. So we have 12 2x4s. We probably won't need them all. We only got 4 up here now. We'll go back and do another load after we get these 4 attached. We're going to put one front to back on this post directly in the middle and the post over here, because this wall doesn't go all the way around to give you an opening. So that last post, because these aren't sunk into the ground, floats a little bit. The other ones, because they have corners, basically the pallets act as their supports. So we're going to put one cross piece there. We'll see if we need any more. Yeah, we're using 3-inch fasteners, deck mates, and hopefully those will hold. These posts look bad, but the insides are still good. So if we get a couple years, 5 years out of something like this, be pretty happy. Get 2 years, be pretty happy. Most of our deer blinds are just brush, and after a season they're part of the forest floor again. So let me get to it. Okay, so we had those first 4 boards on, and you can get an idea of the shape. Not planning on cutting the posts off at the tops, but this is it. We're about 4 more boards up, and then we got to grab a bunch of cutoffs so we can use them in the bracing department, so we don't have to cut up a big one. It's a nice thing about tossing your little boards underneath our buildings is they come in handy sometimes. We also burn a lot of them, but yeah, sometimes they come in handy. So we're going to put the rest of the roof rafters up, and then add the bracing, and we're probably going to need one more load of 2x4s to do that. And then probably at the high side in the back here, we'll put something on the top above head height to try to keep some of the heat in, the wind out. We'll see whatever we have lying around for scrap. So, be back at the next break. That is a thing of beauty, isn't it? So, we use no level, no square, and basically just built as we were going. Like I said, this isn't a church. My dad used to say that when I was a kid when we were building stuff. This is about as far from a church as you can get. So we have the 4 pallets up on the roof, and we actually fit them through the lower posts. So they're pretty tight in there. You got 5 Amish 2x4s supporting the load. The roof rafters, those are screwed in to those cross 2x4s, and I have little jack supports underneath each corner. Added a bunch of lateral bracing. Maybe we'll put a little bit more in. And then to break up our shape a bit, we had some small pallets, so we broke off the ends but tossed just the 2 vertical on this side. Other side we have more of an opening, so we left more of the pallet, and if we find that we're limited, we'll take the chainsaw and trim it down a little bit. But let's go inside. So one of the nice things about using pallets for this is that with all the openings, we can actually fit a bunch of branches in to break up the shape on the inside, and then lay a whole bunch of stuff on the outside. That's the goal, is to make it so it doesn't look man-made as much as possible. Yeah, this looks sub-man-made. But from here, we got a good view down. and I can shoot to the valley floor below me from here, especially when the vegetation is all gone. The valley would be the light area in the distance in the camera. On this side here, I said there's a thicket about 50 feet ahead of here that will die back, but will be a brown thicket, and the deer don't tend to go through that. They go on the other side of it. It's usually hard to see through, but you can see them before they go through it, and you can see them after they go through it, which would be the angle right over here, right in line with that tree that's right in the middle of my frame. So yeah, last year we saw 4 deer opening weekend come straight through that area about 50 feet that way. We see a lot of deer in this area. On this side here, where we have the bigger obstruction, on this right hand side, someone out doing some target shooting, right hand side, they'll come up this ridge right on the edge, straight here or straight away, right on the edge of it, because it gives them the option to dive down over the ridge if they need to. And you can see 100 to 150 feet that way when the vegetation dies off. This side here is more just a view down the valley. There's not a lot of good shooting down there with the big tree right in the middle, and a lot of smaller trees. But if you come over to here, they come up that draw sometimes. It seems that the deer are attracted to, we have a hemlock right here, and the deer seem to use these almost like beacons in the woods, so they come between different hemlock stands. So hopefully they'll be drawn to this area, and they tend to bed. There's a hemlock grove about 50 feet over that way, where there's 4 or 5 hemlock, and they tend to bed down there. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a good spot. So we got tar paper coming, hammer and nails, so we can nail up some more boards to block the lower areas in, and cutters so we can put some more vegetation in, and then we'll come up probably next weekend with a chainsaw and thin out some saplings in the area where we have a bunch of like maples that are right on top of each other. We'll take 1 or 2 of them out and bring those over. So I'll bring back after we get the tar paper on. So you can see my tar paper roof. Just 3 pieces of tar paper stapled down. We'll toss some branches and stuff. We got this nice maple over here that's lying down that fell over. Maybe we'll cut that up and lay it down so it holds the roof from the wind from blowing it off. We'll see how that holds up. But yeah, so we had the tar paper that was left over from another project. The only thing we had to go buy for this project were the hemlock 2x4s, and we got 5, 6, 7, 8 in use here. The rest of the bracing is all done with scrap that we had lying around underneath our buildings, and the pallets are scrounged from side of the road. So total cost to be, $50 at most. That was oak or beech nut, right? Yeah, I think it's a beech tree. Almost hit me in the head. Hickory nut. It's a good spot. Deer like the nuts, and hemlock tree right next to it gives them a point of reference. It's a good hunting spot. So let me back out here, and I gotta get a run on back to the city. But this is the only thing I really wanted to, I wanted to get finished up today. So yeah, this is a shipping pallet hunting blind. We'll fill it in with some brush up against the side of it so that it breaks up the shape, and up on the roof, and we'll see if it needs anything else afterwards. I have some some netting we could toss up and other things if we need it to break up the shapes. We'll see how it looks. Maybe we'll set up the game camera up here and see if the deer are coming by. It's hard to tell with the vegetation on the ground still. You don't see very many tracks. But yeah, looks like 50 bucks. So until next time, thanks for watching.